Okay, everyone, MikeMoneyGMR here, and yes, I will probably have issues with that song in the last one, so I will try uploading it and see if it gets flagged and muted. If it does, then I will give you an edited version that doesn't have the song, and send you a link to where you can hear it. So, don't worry about it. I just saved the game, so let's go ahead and talk to our buddy here. There's nothing else here that you have to really look around for, so go ahead and just talk to him.
So what are you gonna do?
I think if you say, I think I'll lay here, low here for a while, it doesn't, you just pretty much run around like you were doing before, so I think you want to say this.
Underground water channel, so this goes outside of the town, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Exactly.
Hey, Max, what are you cooking up?
Something's going on in the outside world.
What?
That Flotsam guy is threatening the mayor.
What? Why?
I'm not sure myself. But Flotsam said it. The whole town's living a carefree life, not knowing what's going on outside. What does that mean?
Don't know.
But after Blackstone Railroad went out of service, no one's left town. And it's not that they don't leave. They can't leave. The reason why the mayor doesn't open the gate must be so that people don't see the outside world.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm going.
Huh? Going? Where? You're not thinking of...
Uh-huh. I'm leaving this town.
Oh, hold on there. Seriously? But there's all kinds of weird creatures in the channel.
I'll be fine. I usually use this to fix things, but it makes a pretty good weapon, too.
No use trying to stop you now. Hold on a sec.
Took you long enough.
Voila!
This is...
My baby. But you'll need it more. It gets a little rowdy around here, so this guy'll come in handy.
Wow, really? It's okay?
Take it already.
Thank you, Donnie.
Obtain the classic gun. Looks like he made it himself. But anyway, use L1 to get into your stance and X to attack, but if you get too far away, your attacks won't be very effective. That is no joke. At max distance away from the enemy, you only do like 1 damage with this. So, yeah, keep that in mind.
And with this one, we can keep in touch while you're in the channel. If you get lost, just give me a buzz.
Gotcha.
Obtain the help receiver.
Watch yourself, Max.
Yep. Donnie, I need you to keep an eye out for those guys here.
No problem. Whatever you say. Huh? Hey, why do I have to stand watch?
You didn't even leave him something. You didn't even leave him with something to protect himself.
Sorry, Donnie, but I want to see the outside world with my own eyes. Chapter 1. To the outside world.
There's chapters. Pretty cool concept if you ask me. Now, welcome to the dungeon layout. Now, you may see that you actually have a save option right off the bat, just in case you forgot to save. Which I didn't, but I'm just going to show you what it does. Because it practically does the same exact thing, but it probably changes the name to, yeah, the chapter 1. So that way you don't have to go through the dialogue if you get killed. And you decide to load your game. Now, cool thing about this game, you can actually move ahead and see how many floors you have to go through. I can tell you right now, though, I think there actually is a little bit more than what it shows here, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, you basically have to click on the next one. If you hit exit dungeon, that's like basically your option to leave and go get equipment. So don't think that once you enter the dungeon like before, you're stuck in there until you go on the floor and use escape powder. No, you're going to exit right away if you want. Now, this is interesting. You have challenges. One of them you can't do right now. But with these challenges, you can get medals if you do what it asks. Like, for example, if you defeat all the enemies on the floor, which might not be possible right off the bat, in 2 minutes and 35 seconds, you will get a medal. The other one we don't know yet because we don't have the ability to do that. And clear all without healing basically means don't use any bread, and you'll get that. Chances are you won't need to, because the enemies on this first area are easy as hell, in my opinion, from what I remember, and so you should be just fine. If you're not, don't worry. You can always come back for it.
Wow.
Max, come in. How's everything?
It's like a maze. Could get lost pretty easy here.
Okay, then you need to get the floor map. It should be in one of the treasure chests on that floor.
Okay, I want to know something. I don't know if he explains himself or not, because I don't remember, but how would he know that? And on top of that note, where exactly did they come up with the idea of, oh yeah, there should be a map in one of the treasure chests? And why would there even be treasure chests? Ugh. Anyway, game logic.
The floor map will show you where you are on a particular floor. Shouldn't get lost if you have one.
Huh.
If you don't want the map in the way, you can turn it off and on with the select button.
The what button? Forget it, Max. Someone will know exactly what I'm talking about. No, I'm just kidding.
Alright, in order to get to the next floor, you need the gate key. I think the one in the channel's called the key handle.
Yeah.
If you use the gate key on the exit for that floor, you can get to the next floor. Just keep doing that, you can get to the end of any dungeon. Got it, Max?
Roger, Donnie. I'll give it a try.
Yeah. You look like a total badass when you have the weapons. Anyway, clearing dungeon floors. To advance to the next floor, you must clear the current floor by getting the gate key from a monster and using it at the exit. Now, there actually is a dungeon challenge where you just leave the dungeon as fast as you can. In that one, you just have to find the gate key right away and leave, and then you'll get that one. But that one's kind of hard too, because you never know which enemy will have the gate key. So, yeah. If you fulfill certain conditions when you clear the floors, you receive medals. You can view these conditions by choosing Move on the main menu, and then selecting the floor you wish to view. The medal holder in the item menu shows how many medals you have. There may be a surprise if you collect enough medals. Now, real quick, you can actually go to the help receiver, and if you go to help, you can actually look up game basics and like tutorials. For example, let's see, which one have we not really gone over here? Let's do this real quick. Using items. So you get this cool little tutorial screen.
Now I'm going to explain about using normal items. On the main menu, select Items. This brings you to the item window. Move the cursor to the item you want to use with the directional buttons or with the left analog stick. Then press the X button. A list of commands you can use on that item will appear. Just pick the command you want to perform, and that's how you use items.
You got that, viewers? So yeah, it's kind of neat how they did that. A lot of these you won't really have to worry about because I can explain most of them myself. But I do kind of want to go over a couple of these because it's kind of fun listening to the voice.
There are loads of treasure chests scattered around the dungeons, so you're sure to come across a few. But be careful, because some of them are booby-trapped. If you guess the kind of trap and disarm it, you'll be able to open the chest without anything happening. But if you fail to spot a trap, it'll get ya. There are also some treasure chests that are locked. If you have the treasure chest key, that won't be a problem. But if you don't have the key and you force a chest open, you run the risk of setting off a booby trap.
So again, you got that? This one is different. Unlike before where you can force the chest open by guessing the trap, that doesn't work in this one. Most cases you're gonna get an exploding treasure chest and be screwed. As before, they do actually blow up and you won't be able to get the item inside. But you also notice that there was one that said weapon destroying trap. Yeah, that one sucks. Because not only does it literally do what it says, it basically screws you in having to use repair powder, you know? In this game, your weapons, I don't believe, disappear if they get destroyed, so don't worry about it. I think they just lose all of their experience. One more I want to go over, because I can't explain it myself.
Do you know what the red bit is above the monster's HP bar? It's called the rage counter, and each time you attack a monster, it decreases by 1. If you don't defeat the monster before it runs out, the monster will go into rage mode. If that happens, the monster will get a lot stronger, so you'd better not attack it half-heartedly with a weak weapon.
I love how it actually shows Max getting killed in that one. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to show you all of these. But I do kind of want to show you some of the more important ones. Because this is different in this game.
If you defeat an enemy with a weapon, then their magic power will tumble out of them in the form of tiny blue grains. If you pick these up, then the weapon which delivered the final blow will absorb the magic from them. The parameter which shows how much a weapon has absorbed is the Magic Absorb Status, or ABS. The blue bar at the side of the weapon's icon represents its current ABS. If the ABS bar fills up, then the weapon goes up a level and its stats improve. This is called weapon growth. Weapons also have a stat called WHP, which displays the weapon's durability. This is the orange bar at the side of a weapon's icon. If this falls to 0, then the weapon breaks, and its attacks will no longer affect enemies. You can return a broken weapon to normal by repairing it using repair powder. However, if a weapon gets broken, then its ABS will decrease slightly. So, if possible, it's better to fix a weapon before it breaks completely. What's more, some weapons need items other than repair powder to fix them. For instance, guns need gun repair powder and armbands need armband repair powder.
Don't worry about armband repair powder.
So to fix the gun I got from Donnie, I don't need repair powder, but gun repair powder.
I love how it's Max himself that's explaining that to you. It's kind of a neat touch, you know? But anyway, you saw that the weapon levels up. Let's go into our weapon real quick, so I can explain that a little bit more. So, the stats of the battle wrench. Attack is 8, its durability is 10. It has a starting attribute of flame, which is interesting. And it also has smash, damages armored enemies as well. So you can actually do a little bit extra damage to armored enemies with this weapon at the start. Now, I don't know how you change the weapon's information. Like, you know, how you change it to the other, you know, attributes at this time. I don't really remember. So you notice that there's no weapon menu anymore. All of your stuff is from here. So like we can also look at the status of the gun, and you see that it has an attack of 7 and durability of 10, but it's not good against anything. It doesn't have an attribute to it either. So if you find an armored enemy, you want to use the wrench. Just know that armored enemies are usually pretty tough and can kick your ass pretty easily. So don't depend on that, you know. Like, you know, don't depend on like rushing in and killing them. Most cases it might be a good idea to use the gun. Let's see, what else can I go over? Let's run around the dungeon a little bit. So you notice that the map is actually on the right-hand side this time. You can actually kind of mess with it a little bit. And I think you can also change it to 3. Let's see if that changed. Yeah, see, it basically just puts it there. So I think that's 3 and 1 is gone. So you basically want it to stay there. I thought it was actually in a different area. I guess I'm thinking about a different game. These are the enemies of this area. This is sewer rat. You can shoot them to death pretty easily. I found a hunter crystal and a rolling log. Wow, interesting. So, now let's take a look at our weapon and see how many ABS we got from that. Well, it actually doesn't say. Actually, it does have a synthesis point, but don't worry about that right now. Synthesis points, I believe, are what you can use to basically like build the gun, like, you know, put something on the gun and build it up. As of right now, though, we don't have to worry about that right away. But anyway, here's the hunter crystal with the power of the legendary hunter. In its current state, it'll give you a beast status of 3. Right now, though, that's not very useful, so nothing you really need to worry about. Rolling log cut from only the strongest tree. Ah, and if you specterize them, you get 2 smash from it. You can also do that to your other items too. Like, for example, if you do it to bread, bread will become a Sith sphere that uses 1 synthesis point. And it'll add 2 flame to one of your weapons. Interesting little thing that you can do. You can also do it to your repair powder, and it'll increase your durability. So you might be thinking, is that what I was referring to before in Dark Cloud 1? That they made it where you could actually use almost any item you want to upgrade your weapon? And yes, that is true. In this game, you can actually use a lot of your items that you have to upgrade your weapons. This will put up scale, which I think makes you stronger against fish-like enemies. So that's an interesting thing too. Now, I highly recommend at this point in the game that you do not use your hunter crystals and stuff like that right off the bat. I recommend you hold on to them because they're hard to come by, just like in the last game. So you want to hold on to this stuff and not use it right away. Let's see if we can take him on up close. Nice. Anyway, this is a healing spring. I don't know how you get information on that. basically in this game, unlike before where you have a thirst thing, which like as you see, we don't have a thirst gauge. These just heal you now. That's all they do. This here is a mystery circle. I wonder if we can get help on this. Let's see. Icon descriptions. I don't see it. Well, anyway, I guess I can get it from the book. Let's see. Let's see. Ah, yeah, here it is. They're called Angel and Devil coins. When you come across a yellow question mark in the dungeon, approach it, a coin will start to spin. The coin has the angel side and the devil side. To stop the coin from spinning, press X. Lucky players will get the angel, and unlucky players will get the devil. The following is what happens when you get each side of the coin. If you have a certain character as a support character, which I will not tell you who they are and what that means until later, you always get the angel. Angel side, they usually will do this: HP fully restored and all status ailments cured, ABS bonus, and weapon HP restored. The other side of the coin, you'll have your HP cut in half, your right hand weapon will be cut in half like its HP, and your left hand weapon will be cut in half. So, basically in general, if you end up getting screwed over and get the devil, you won't lose ABS most of the time. You'll just lose some HP or the health of the weapon. We can give it a try for once. That means I have to go the rest of the thing on only 16. I don't know if I jumped into the water without getting hit, that counts as healing, because if it did, then I'm not even going to have to really worry about it. Anyway, that's where we were before. You actually don't run that slowly in this game, I'm not going to lie. There are Dran feathers that you can find, yes, but don't worry about them right off the bat. Oh yeah, and question marks don't only apply to back rooms, because there still are back rooms in this game, but they're different than before. Also, here's another interesting thing. These little crates on the ground, you can actually pick them up. Press X while holding down R1. Press X while holding an item. Now what's cool about this, you can actually throw this at enemies and do a ton of damage. And that's actually a good idea if you find yourself struggling with certain enemies, is to go find a box, carry it with you, and toss it at them. But make sure you're aiming. Missed. Got a sugar cane for our travels. You can also break the box and there's a chance that there's an item in it, I think, but rarely there's not. Like most of the time there won't be. Let's see if we can't find another enemy and try tossing this box at him. Nope, oh well. Ooh, this is bad. I'm gonna have to take and heal myself, so I missed out on that medal, but that's okay. We'll come back through and I'll tell you, like I'll show you that you get in the medals, because I have done it before. It's not that hard. Yeah, believe it or not, it is actually possible for you to, oh wow, obtain 400 crystals. That's rare. But hey, I love it. Why does the game always make me a liar? I swear to God, I've played through this game once before, and I can honestly say that I one time barely got any items. Like, you know, I like barely got any of those crystals. Anyway, let's go ahead and heal up again, since we're sucking ass at this today. So let's see. We still only have one synthesis point, so we don't really want to bother with anything like that right now. I forgot. You can't block while aiming, so be very careful when you're aiming. Oh, and by the way, in this game, this enemy's attack would normally be unblockable, right? Because he like sweeps your legs. In this game, every ability like an enemy that can, every ability that an enemy can do to you can be blocked. So don't worry if you find yourself struggling to fight an enemy. You can always try to block him and it'll work. Anyway, let's go and grab this treasure chest right here so we can hopefully find the map. Usually it's the... Ooh, bombs. It's usually the last one that I find though, so don't be surprised. Froggies, they're kind of dickish. Because they can actually jump over your weapons. And they tend to try to poison me, which I just did get poisoned. My, I'm doing pretty bad today. Don't drink this by accident. What's it actually do? Gives us lightning? Interesting. You can throw that at enemies if you want. And that's the animation for repair powder, by the way. Anyway, let's keep going. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just keep this episode going for a while. By the way, before you ask, yes, ABS, if you leave them on the ground long enough, will disappear. So, that is something you have to watch out for. The number of census points increased as your weapons level up. To make your weapons even stronger, try spectralizing items and combining them with your weapons. You can only combine Sith Spears with weapons that have enough census points. Parameters go up differently depending on the item being spectralized. To learn more, see help under the main menu. So then, with that in mind, let's see, what did the weapon need to build up? Let's find out. It needs attack, smash, and beast, right? For that one. And the other one just needs attack. Now, the book isn't very accurate on this, but I'll at least read off what it says it's supposed to do. Because I think one time we did it and it actually came up with something different. Oh no, it just tells you one of them, it doesn't tell you both. Well, one of them would become the drill wrench. I couldn't tell you which one that is, though. I'd have to actually look up a guide for it. But I'm going to do that off screen. So I'm going to take a moment just, see what I can do off screen and see what I can possibly put on this weapon to make it better. So, till then everyone, bye.